Why isn't Fortnite dead? Oh, I remember this.
No one watches Fortnite anymore.
Fortnite is dying.
Why is it dying?
Between 2017 and 2019, everyone was talking about Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I mean, the biggest movie in the
Fortnite.
world referenced it.
Thor, he's back. That kid on the TV just called me a kid.
Noob master.
But then something happened, and it seemed every content creator was claiming that Fortnite was dying.
It's kinda dying. It was always fine until we started trying.
How can a game with such a large, fanatical player base and billions of dollars in revenue be dying? And why is it not dead
I
yet?
think that Fortnite, people say Fortnite was dying back then because it wasn't maintaining the hype that it had. And it was impossible to maintain that level of hype. There's no way.
Yet, if people started predicting Fortnite's death back in 2019.
Yeah,
We could
exactly.
spend hours talking about the multi-year creation of Fortnite and how Epic almost killed the game before it was even released. But what I'm more interested in is why Fortnite should have died multiple times after its launch. When Fortnite was launched, the game was released as a horror survival game, not a battle royale. And the objective of Fortnite Save the World was to build forts at night that you would defend against zombies. Thus the name Fortnite. The
I
game
get
got
it.
some
Yeah, it
traction
makes
at
sense.
launch, but not as much as Epic Games wanted. And much of the player base was leaving to play something else. People just weren't interested in zombie survival games anymore. Epic had taken too long to release their game, missing the years when zombies were at their height. Death was imminent,
Yep.
and Fortnite began its gradual decline. But Epic, seeing the nails in the coffin, started strategizing on how to save their new survival game. Epic had spent too many years developing Fortnite to just let it fizzle out.
7
So teams at
years?
Epic
Holy
went to work
shit.
trying to find a solution for their dying game. During their research to save Fortnite, Epic saw this other game that was booming in the
PUBG?
industry called PUBG.
Yep.
PUBG was exploding in popularity. Everyone was playing this
Oh
new
my
game. 100-player
God.
deathmatch with people fighting till one person stands victorious. It was like
Jesus, man, dude, playing PUBG whenever it first came out was the most incredible and the most painful experience ever. Like, if this guy got up and he tried to shoot this player, even though his targeting, he'd be able to target the player, he'd probably shoot the wall, and then the player wouldn't even turn around, and then he would be dead because of lag.
Hunger Games meets the modern military. I mean, how cool is that? Epic, seeing this meteoric rise of PUBG, added a battle royale to Fortnite, hoping to drive people to buy their survival game. It worked. Well, kind of. Millions of players did flock to Fortnite, but not to purchase the survival game,
Oh,
but
no.
to play the free battle royale. And only
Exactly.
after 1 week, it already had 10 million players. Epic hit
Yeah, they did this massive advertising campaign with, like, Tim the Tatman and, like, what's his name? Fucking Dr. Disrespect, and like, all these, like, FPS players to all pay them to stream Fortnite back in, like, 2017 or 18 or something.
gold. So they switched their focus from Fortnite Save the World to Fortnite Battle Royale. Epic completely shifted the genre of their game and was able to avoid death number 1. Fortnite Battle Royale is eerily similar to PUBG. With
Yes,
the
it
release
is.
of Fortnite's Battle Royale and its similarities to PUBG, many of the players who flocked to Fortnite were from the PUBG community.
I
PUBG,
was.
of course, saw this and thought, hey,
Yeah.
we're losing players to a game that looks pretty similar
There
to
he is.
ours. We should sue. So PUBG called up their legal team and sued Epic for copyright infringement. Now it's 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite continues to rise in popularity as Epic and PUBG are preparing to go to court.
I feel like, bro, how does PUBG sue Fortnite, but H1Z1 doesn't sue PUBG? In my mind, I felt like PUBG was way more derivative of H1Z1 than Fortnite was of PUBG.
This was going to be the battle of the year,
Mm-hmm.
with the two biggest games fighting to survive. Videos were being made, articles were coming out, everyone was excited to see these two game companies duke it out in court. Then out of nowhere, PUBG just dropped the lawsuit. No settlement made, no court battle, PUBG just walked away. What happened? Why back out at the 11th hour? I mean, PUBG creators took some bad PR for instigating this lawsuit, and then just walk away from the lawsuit with nothing to show for it. The answer? Tencent. For those that don't know the name Tencent, basically imagine a
Tencent is like Amazon in China.
company who owns everything in the gaming industry,
Yeah.
who buys everything up from
Yeah.
the shadows. That's Tencent. And just to give you some context, Tencent owns part of all of these game studios.
And I want you guys to see this, by the way. Ubisoft, they own 9%. And then From Software, they own 16%. Let's see if we can find any more of these that you guys would know. Fuck. Epic Games, 40%. Grinding Gear Games, 80%. Look at that. By the way, they own 100% of of Riot Games.
In that list,
Look at that. Riot Games is 100% owned by Tencent.
of course, is Epic Games and Bluehole, the creator of PUBG, with Tencent owning 40% of Epic and about 14% of Bluehole. So as Epic and PUBG prepared for court, I imagine that Tencent swooped in behind the scenes, meeting with executives and stopping the lawsuit.
That's
I mean,
right.
both games were bringing in millions, if not billions of dollars. Tencent wasn't going to lose money.
You don't want to fight
over a
within the
feud between
family,
two
you know?
of their companies. So this time, Epic skated away scot-free, riding high on the rise of Fortnite and avoiding death number 2. As we fly through 2018, Fortnite continues to rise in popularity, overtaking League of Legends as the most popular competitive game. Fortnite looked like a juggernaut that couldn't be stopped. And what's even more incredible was that everyone seemed to know what Fortnite was.
Oh, yeah.
Even people who had never played a game or picked up
My
a
dad knows
controller
what it
in
was.
their life. As Fortnite's popularity rose, players of all ages flocked to the game. Moms around the world were now spending money to buy something called a V-Buck so that their kids could buy skins.
This child is continuously coming to ask me for money to buy virtual products in your game.
Well, thanks to those skins,
Yep, there you go.
Epic was pulling
Totally
in money
normal.
hand over fist, with most of the revenue being driven by teenagers' FOMO, or fear of missing out, on the current Fortnite trends. Epic
Bold of him to assume that they were teenagers. That they were that old, you know? Like, I don't know.
loved it, of course, so they constantly added new content and purchasables to the game. So much content that even Call of Duty players were made jealous by these almost monthly releases. That said, most competitive Fortnite players
Oh, bro, I remember whenever Ninja didn't get his skin in Fortnite at the beginning, and it was like this massive drama, and he would act like he didn't care, but everyone was like, oh man, Ninja cares so much, he's so mad. Oh my god, that was so fucking funny.
didn't really care about all the new cosmetics, purchasables, and changes to the game. Epic was still focused on developing a high-level competitive Fortnite. So all the changes and additions being made were only amplifying competitive
Courage and
players'
Dr.
abilities
Lupo?
to keep getting victory
first big
royales.
event?
Well,
Yeah.
at least until Season 5. The first real sign
I feel like that's whenever I stopped playing, was around Season 5.
of a competitive decline was when Epic buffed the submachine gun and nerfed the double pump. Do you remember when the double pump separated the boys from the men? Well, with Season 5,
Which, by the way, I thought was a good decision. Running around with just 2 shotguns and then just rotating them back and forth is like, it's gimmick gameplay.
Epic finally realized they didn't want double pump or a high skill ceiling.
Yeah,
what they wanted
it was
was to
gimmicky.
keep making money off people's
remember
FOMO.
Dank Juan.
And
Yeah, would
Epic
just walk over
needed
to people and
social gamers playing Fortnite to capitalize.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you keep people playing a game? Well, you pump them with dopamine and make them addicted by helping them win more victory royales.
Get them addicted.
But how can less skilled players win more victory royales? Well, you need to even the playing field. Fortnite's competitive scene was widening the gap between the top players and new players. It was
I think that's what happened with me, is like I saw how much better people were getting at Fortnite because there was just like so many different, like in PUBG, for example, you have like movement, awareness, aiming, like game sense, etc. But like in Fortnite, you also had building, which is like this huge fucking vertical, right? Architect Andes, remember that? And guess what? A lot of people didn't want to learn how to do that. So like you're going and you make the little wall and you make a ramp up to the wall and you're like, all right, bitch, let's do it. And this dude is sitting there building the Taj Mahal or the fucking Eiffel Tower and he's just like sniping down on you and you don't even have a chance. It's like, okay, man, like I'm done with this. Fuck this.
difficult to
That's
get a
whenever I
victory
stopped.
royale when your competition was building a tower 100 feet tall at the same time you get 2 walls up. Epic needed to keep the casual people playing Fortnite. Thus the buff to the submachine guns and the addition of the P90.
The dumbest meta ever, dude.
However, after wide community outrage, the submachine guns, specifically the P90, were nerfed, but their initial buff in Season 5 showed the path that Epic would continue down over the next year. Zombies in Season 6, Infinity Blade in Season 7, Ballers in Season 8, and don't forget about mechs in Season X.
That's cool.
The community had a heyday when these were added. Each
Oh, yeah.
season seemed to add more stuff that changed the competitive Fortnite formula, and not for the better.
Oh yeah, well the thing is, making a game competitive doesn't matter because competitive players will always find a way to exist as long as the game is popular. Making a game popular and accessible to casual players is the most important thing, and the competitive aspect of it at a very high level should be an afterthought. Because if you cater to competitive players, the competitive players will die out naturally because there won't be anybody to watch them because the casual players won't be interested in content about that game. But if you cater to the casual players, then you will naturally have people that trend towards watching more serious players in the game. I think a really great example of this is in Classic WoW, because Classic WoW had such a huge population, but it wasn't a competitive game, but everybody knew who apes were. How does that happen? Well, it's because the game has such a high player base that everybody cares and they want to watch them play the game.
It felt like Fortnite was dying with Season X, and that the game was on its last leg. Everyone could feel it, even Epic. So Epic made a plan to avoid death number 3.
No build. No?
When Season X was over, Epic ended it in style. But something was different. The new season didn't start like previous seasons, and the black hole didn't go away. Epic had gone dark on social media.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about this. Holy shit.
And wasn't responding to any questions about Season 11 or the black hole. People were losing their minds over this, and the world was clamoring for answers.
Do you see this freaking void? Look at the void!
Finally...
Isn't it crazy how, like, that kid in 20 years is going to be acting nostalgic about Fortnite, and he's going to be just the same way that we are about Vanilla WoW? Isn't that so fucking scary?
2 days later, after the end of Season X, Season 11 was released. But this time, it wasn't a new season. It was a new chapter. Specifically, Chapter 2, Season 1.
It's happening, chat. It's happening. Oh my god, I've waited literally 2 days for this moment.
This chapter updated Fortnite, making the graphics better, building
sweet.
faster, and the map was completely different. Everything but the name screamed sequel. Fortnite could title it Fortnite Chapter 2 all they wanted, but
they're not Blizzard, so they didn't do that.
really, we were looking at a brand new game. The Fortnite 2 marked a new era of Fortnite, the social era. This chapter featured Marvel characters, Star Wars, Halo, God of War, Tron, Alien, Batman, Rocket League. They even feature one of my favorite fantasy characters, Kelsier from Mistborn. Shout out to my Cosmere fans out there. But seriously, the collaborations were insane.
Yeah, dude, the Travis Scott concert was fucking massive. And then they did one, I think, with Marshmello too. And what was the other one they did? Fuck. I'm trying Ariana Grande? No, that wasn't what I was thinking of, at least. Yeah, this was so fucking badass. Travis Scott? Oh, he's the guy that had a bunch of people die at his concert.
I mean, Travis Scott put on a concert in Fortnite with millions in attendance. A concert in a video game. I know this is old news, and that Marshmello already did a concert in Fortnite before Travis, but somehow the Travis Scott concert just really surprised people. Why was it?
Yeah, because it was like Marshmello does like electronic music, and like Travis Scott does like rap. Like he does rap music, and so it's like you wouldn't expect this in the same way. It was the same reason why like the Drake Ninja collab was so big, is because it felt like it was like two completely different worlds colliding, and that's why I think the Travis Scott one was so much more compelling.
Prominent music artist doing a concert in a video game, especially a competitive one. I mean, League of Legends has been a huge game for years. Why haven't they done something like this in their game? Why aren't you watching some Red Hot?
The reason why League of Legends doesn't do that is because they have an established lore and IP. It's much different whenever you have an established lore and IP and then you add things in that are like from pop culture. Whereas Fortnite doesn't have any of that. There's no lore of Fortnite really. So it's just like, yeah, there's a bunch of people there, and then they shoot each other, and one of them's Goku now. Okay, sure.
Hot Chili Peppers or Imagine Dragons while jungling as Superman. Because of reason number 4, Fortnite is now a social game. It may sound crazy to say that Fortnite is a social game and not a competitive game, especially if you watch the current player base. It's dizzying to see how fast they can build. But just like my video on why Nintendo hates people playing competitive Smash, Epic and Nintendo are focused on the same thing, making their games for a casual audience. That doesn't mean Fortnite can't and isn't competitive, just like Super Smash Bros. The focus of Fortnite, however, isn't on competitive play. Epic,
and that is such a good idea. Such a massive good idea. I'm so glad to see that.
Games isn't dumb. They could see the Google trends just like us. They knew that Fortnite was dying down in popularity. Epic had made too many changes in Chapter 1 trying to bridge the gap between the competitive and social players. And the problem with Fortnite making such drastic changes, Fortnite at first was viewed as a competitive game and not a social game. I mean, all the top competitive streamers were knee-deep in this game in 2018. However, having your revenue stream depend on the hype of competitive players is dangerous.
It's also like competitive players, like oh my god, there he is. Holy shit. Bro, I forgot all about this. Yeah. This is back in the C9 days.
Top FPS players and streamers will play a game for a while, but they'll jump ship the moment something better comes along.
It'll be good for like a week.
To be fair, Shroud actually, what happened with Shroud is Shroud was a competitive player for Cloud9. I actually watched Shroud play competitive. It was like one of his last games. I watched it at DreamHack Austin. And he was a competitive player for CSGO, and then he retired from CSGO. He stayed on Cloud9, and then, bro, it was the funniest fucking thing, man. It's like Shroud went from playing like competitive CSGO to playing PUBG, which was like everybody was playing PUBG. People were fucking garbage in PUBG. Nobody knew anything about the game. Meanwhile, Shroud had been doing this like for the last 20 years of his life. He just came in there and just destroyed people. Like, I remember so many times Shroud would drop school and kill like 11 people. It was nuts.
But then it's just going to go. It's going to slip right into that traditional sandbox
what's
view.
Everyone's viewership today with this? I'm just curious.
I've got 120,000.
But as Epic put their plan in motion of moving from a competitive to a social game, there was a problem. The transition had the inverse effect on the game's population. We see the negative impact of this switch in the revenue. Fortnite went from making $5.4 billion in 2018 to $3.7 billion in 2019, a decrease of $1.7 billion. That is a huge loss in 1 year. And Epic needed to do something drastic if Fortnite was going to survive. They needed a complete rebrand. Which brings us back to the black hole. This event was a gamble. You don't shut your game down for 2 days and go radio silent if your game is performing well. Epic was using this opportunity to get the world's attention and let everyone know what type of game Fortnite had become. And in so doing, pushed off death number 3. If you were to use Google Trends as your source of truth, you would see that Fortnite did take a hard dip when they switched to a social audience, and that the game still hasn't been nearly as popular since 2018.
I don't think there's anything they could have done to keep it that popular. Like, there's no game that remains that popular for years on years on years. Even Minecraft goes up and down, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty. This is just what happens. It's not their fault.
What's interesting, though, is that when Epic rebranded in 2020, we see the game on Google Trends even out and the revenue generated from Fortnite go up.
Like, that's why I always respect companies like Square Enix, for example, and like IPs like Final Fantasy, like Nintendo IPs like Pikmin, Mario, Legend of Zelda. The fact that you've had an IP for 30 years and it's maintained relevance for that long, and you've transformed it and evolved it that many times, that is so fucking impressive, man. That's incredible.
Now, what is even more incredible is that in 2021, the revenue of Fortnite surpassed the revenue of 2018, the year that Fortnite was on top of the world, with 2018 making $5.4 billion and 2021 bringing in $5.8 billion. Now, I'm not saying that the revenue of Fortnite will continue trending upwards year after year. I'd be amazed if they do. However, what I am saying is that Fortnite isn't dying anytime soon.
No,
Epic
it's not
Games
going to.
has been very intelligent with how they have positioned Fortnite, by changing the genre of the game, to avoiding legal battles, to changing their target player base. Fortnite is making Epic Games more money than ever, and with Fortnite Chapter 4 just releasing, I don't doubt that we will see Fortnite Chapter 5, 6, and 7 in the upcoming years. Hey, real quick before
Well, also, you have to keep in mind that Epic Games, they make Unreal Engine. So, like, Fortnite in some ways is also it's like a, what's the word for it? It's like a software test or a software advertisement for what they can do. Yeah, it's a flagship benchmark showcase of what their product can do. So even if Fortnite isn't making money directly, it's making money indirectly because it's bolstering the ubiquitous nature of Unreal 5 and Unreal Engine as a whole. And it's showing this is what Unreal can do. It has one of the best games out there. So it's in Epic's best interest to make Fortnite as big as possible, even if they're making money through that in a disconnected way.
we go. We want to begin highlighting cool and upcoming indie games after each one of our videos. If you know a great game that you want us to highlight, join our Discord and let us know what indie game we should feature next.
Wicca is a new...
We're not watching that today. Watch that maybe another day. I'll talk about Fortnite for now, and then we can talk about Magic. And anyway, so yes, I'm very glad to see Fortnite still doing well. As I've said before, I am a huge fan of Fortnite. I love Fortnite. I think No Build was super fun. I am not like a Fortnite, hater or something like that. Obviously I can make jokes about it, sure. But the truth is, I actually enjoy the game. I think it's a great game, and Epic has done an amazing job over the years innovating and changing it and making it relevant and keeping it relevant. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let's see here. We love Fortnite. We love Fortnite. Exactly. Fortnite is okay. I think this is also... I'm surprised he didn't talk a lot about No Build, because I think No Build actually brought a lot of people back to the game. I know it did for me, because I just got... I don't like building in Fortnite. Like, is that weird because it's like built around that? Like, I like Night but not Fort. I don't know. No Build brought me back. Yeah. So that got me to come back because I didn't like the gameplay of No Build. So yeah, No Build is fun. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I think Fortnite's a great game. I thought it was a great game back then. And the funniest thing, I remember this so clearly. It was me and every single night, me, Trainwrecks, Mitch, Zach, I'm trying to think who else was there all like every single time. It was a few other of us, like Cloaksy would sometimes play with us, but he was like way better than we were. And so mainly he'd play by himself. And we would play every single night PUBG. And one day people got so tired of watching PUBG that and then Train would come back and he'd play PUBG because I was still playing PUBG. And McConnell too. And this would be at like 5 a.m. And I remember the day that I swapped over to playing Fortnite, and then we all played Fortnite and we dropped together in like Tilted Towers for the first time. Everybody in the chat was so fucking happy. They were like, thank fucking God you're not playing that buggy ass piece of shit, laggy, dog shit game. Because whenever you went back and you compared Fortnite to PUBG, Fortnite in 2018 played better than PUBG does today. PUBG was trash on release. Like, it was such a great game in all of the ways that, like, you could say, like, these, like, weird, like, almost like classic WoW ways. Like, the jankiness added to its appeal. So it had, like, a certain type of I don't know about flair, but it had a heart and soul to it. And people liked playing PUBG for that reason. However, Fortnite was actually just a better game. It was just a better fucking game. And as soon as we started playing Fortnite, like, every single night, we would go live. I would wake up early because I would start my stream at like 7 or 8 a.m. And then Train and Zach would stream until like 6 or 7 a.m. So I would wake up at 5 a.m. and then I would get out of bed and I would play with them until they went to bed, and then I would start my stream. It was, dude, that was like 2017. Oh my God, I wish I could go back to those days. It was so fucking fun. It was 2018, I guess. 18 or 17, I forgot which one. But yeah, it was so fucking amazing, man. I was so happy. just because it was only in Battle Royale, it was free to play, the game is not that good. I don't know, bro. I mean, like, I think that the fact that, like, now you have Apex, I think Apex is a great game. I don't know why, but, like, the lights and, like, just, like, the flashing in that game makes it hard for me to see people. I don't really know why. So I don't really play it a whole lot, but I played a lot of Apex at the beginning. Like, I got level, like, 100 or whatever before the seasons even came out. And I did, obviously, Apex a lot. And let's see, besides Apex, I did Warzone, probably 1,000, 2,000 hours into Warzone. I do think that Fortnite, for what it is, as a third-person battle royale, I think it is probably, like, I don't think any game besides Fortnite is going to get into that. Like, no game is going to unseat Fortnite as the definitive third-person battle royale game that's appealing and also accessible to kids. Because another really big thing about Fortnite is the fact that these graphics are so much easier to render on a tablet or a phone than Warzone or Apex or PUBG. That's just the truth. Is that Fortnite has a much lower graphic requirement, and that makes it so much more accessible for young kids. Because they don't have the same type of technology that, like, us guys that, like, you know, we made our own PCs or we bought one from Starforge, right? Imagine that. Oh, actually, speaking of that, I need to actually show you guys. Take a look at this. This isn't actually directly about Starforge, but it partially is. 1 second. Yeah, this is hashtag ad. That's right, guys. Smooth promotion. Yeah, I forgot about this. Was Starforge just PC to shipped, actually? Yeah, there you go. It's all set up for an ad. Yes, I spent 2 hours setting up this ad. And, yeah, I thought this was a great video. I'm actually going to give this a like and sub to this guy. Hopefully he makes more videos like this.